Hello, absolutely nobody. It's Farrell here. Welcome back. Day 2, 7 Days to Die in the PlayStation 4, Season 3, I suppose. So you left me last night, and I was just crouched down, pretty much there, making weapons and tools. We had a zombie here bashing through the doors, bashing through the wall, but after a while he unsensed me and kind of wandered off, but not before doing a little bit of damage. But he never really kind of got in and worried me. So during the night, what we've done is we've boiled the water, the 3 bottles of water we had, so now we've got 5. But what I'll do is I'll take the cooking pot, because that's going to be useful to us. And what I also have done is I created 3 boxes. This one here is just for general stuff. I know it's got a gun in there. I don't know whether to take it or not. I may as well take it. I don't think it's going to do us any good right now. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. So you can see that I've got, just going to take that puffer jacket as well, actually. And I'll take the chili, because I'm going to get hungry in a minute. Anyway, yeah, so I've got my bedroll, like you saw me set up with the campfire. And I've made 3 chests. So in the first chest I dumped all the stuff that we're going to keep. There's a deer getting done by a cactus. So in there's everything we can come back for at some point. We don't necessarily want to be carrying that around with us at the moment. It's a little bit of a waste of inventory space. But in this one here, in the middle one, this is where I dumped all of my stone axes. So you can see that now we've got 120. This level 121. I think I only made about 60 of them, and then I ran out of stone. But then after that, I changed tact and made a whole load of wood clubs, and I managed to get them up to 178, level 178. And then straight after that, I made a reinforced wooden club here, which obviously does more damage but uses iron. But I had some iron from taking down those boulders that you saw me doing yesterday. So I've got 4 axes, because they will go quite easily, 1 club, enough wood to create another one with the iron, and some fibre left. And I've got some basic other stuff. So what we're going to do now is head out. I'll leave that torch there. We might be coming back here, you never know. I mean, we will be coming back at some point to pick up those resources later on. There's a deer. Ah, he got away. Sometimes they glitch on rocks. So if you see a deer running towards a rock, follow him, because you may get trapped, and it may be an easy kill. So anyway, so today you can see from my character, I'm currently 38% hungry and thirsty. So I've got my chili and my water and these little yucca fruits as well, which should keep me going. I've also got my sunglasses on to help me cool myself down. So I think today what we'll do is we've got our location marked on the map, so we're not going to lose it now. We're just going to do a little bit more exploring. Now I remember there was a cross junction down there, so I think that's the general direction I'm going to head in. But what we basically need to do is start again. Sorry, you can hear my chair creaking as well. So what we're going to start doing is just again collecting resources, but making a kind of a defined way towards a smaller town. Because what we really need to do is we need to start finding cracker books, working stiff tools. For the time being, cracker books are the most important for us, because what we're going to look for is the schematics, and ideally we want to find the mini bike book as soon as possible. But we don't have a forge house at the moment, so we can't actually create an iron frame for a mini bike. But we'll get there at some point. So we're going to make a straight line for that, a zigzaggy line for that cross junction that I think was down here somewhere. Collecting stone on the way, collecting a bit of wood and fibre as well, so we've got enough resources to hunker down tonight. Possibly trying to kill an animal if we can, so that we can char the meat. That's another one. See, there you go, look. So that one's trapped there. If we can get up. It's unbelievable when that happens. I mean, that's fantastic, but the only problem is we don't actually have a bone shiv. So I think what I'll do... Where's that zombie gone? There's one up there. I don't want to go too far away from my prize kill. Alright, let's go and take the... Where is he? There he is. Yes! Oh no! Gotta be stealthily enough to go in and out without getting hit. Oh, what are you doing? Just die! Right, so what we're trying to do from him is kill him, take his stuff, and then use the axe to mash him up, and then we'll get a bone, and we can get rid of the dead flesh, and we can use the bone to go to recipes and make a bone shiv. Craft it up. That might come in quite high level actually. Yeah, it did. And then we can use that bone shiv, stick it in my inventory bar, to then gut the pig, which will give us some fresh meat, which then we can use to cook and eat, which is fantastic. It'll also give us hide, which is also really, really useful, because we can use the hide to make... That's a chicken. There's lots of stuff going on around me at the moment. Where's that chicken gone? That's a nice amount of meat for us as well if we do that. I'm never going to be able to find a dead chicken in all of this. Anyway, so there you go. You can see there we've got 6 meat. So what I might do is I might quickly nip to the campfire, dump some fuel in there, and just char the meat, and we'll try and head... we'll either take some with us and then leave the rest cooking, because I think at some point we're going to have to come back here anyway. So stick enough fuel there. We can boil it, but that'll waste that'll waste some of the water. But we can just char it here. Char all that, and then what I will do though is I'll ditch the stuff that I don't particularly want to carry around with me, because we're going to need as much inventory space as possible. There we go. So the meat's coming in, and what I might do is I'll eat that directly out. So we've gone up there with our hunger. I'll get that above 50%. I'll drink some water, because it will decrease. Charred meat will decrease our cool. And I think what I'll do is I'll put that on the output, because it does look like we're going to be coming back here at some point, and then we can take the glass jars and fill them up with the water on the way back. Okay, so we've got all day to go. We've got all day to go now. So close that over, keep it secure, and then we'll head on over to that cross junction. And again, just collect resources on the way. Nothing special. Hit on some wood, hit on some rocks. Try and find some stuff to open up. This is going to be us for 5 days. It's going to be about resource management, I think. But also, we want to keep an eye out while I'm here. We want to keep an eye out for that, the elusive forge house, because that, if you do find a forge house, it really, really helps. You see, that isn't fair. You should have been stunned. Are you getting up? Oh, yes. Yeah, she's dead on her feet. Oh, I'm quite glad I took her out now. She had quite a nice little weapon. So anyway, we'll keep on going. I'll try not to get too distracted by zombies. Not for the first wee while anyway. We'll just keep going. Have I got rock? Yep. So what we'll do is we may as well go to weapons and ammo. Make a whole load of arrows if I can make. Yeah, there you go. So I can use up all of my arrows there, all of my feathers to make arrows, which is fantastic. Because then what we can do is we can craft a bow afterwards, and the bow will have increased level as well. So all these little things that we're doing adds up to making your character better. And also just swinging this axe increases your agility as well. So it's a fantastic game. They've got a lot of thought into it. It is easily my favourite game I've ever played. Never gets boring. I just heard a zombie. That's okay. We'll head on to the there you go. The athletics level 5. We'll head on to the main road because we are planning on heading down to that cross junction now. Anyway, I'll stop with the resource. I'll start with the resource gathering for the time being, and then we'll come back to that at some point. Just going to load this up. Oh, what a shot! Headshot, fantastic. I'm not steaking a stinky sandwich, no point. Yeah, so okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to head down. We're not too far away anyway. So we'll head down to this cross junction. I'm not really sure what's going to be there. There's quite often, I'll take them because they're quite rare. But they're not rare, but shell casings, you know, because brass is quite difficult to come by. Shell casings are difficult to make because you need brass. But we'll get to that. If you haven't watched my previous playthroughs, feel free to go and watch them. So here's a schematic, shotgun schematics. We'll have a read of that, and that will unlock us to unlock the ability to be able to put shotguns together, which is ideal, so that when you come across a shotgun messiah and you're putting together, you find the whole load of pieces, then you'll be able to craft. If you find a whole shotgun's worth of pieces, you'll be able to craft a shotgun, or if you've got a full shotgun or a full pistol, like we've got, if you've got the pistol book, that would allow us to swap out the parts of the pistol. But you can't do any management of your weapons without reading the book first. Oh, I'll take it. So here we go. We're in a cross junction. It's not the best cross junction. They always seem to have things on three corners and a blank spot, which is exactly what we've got here. Jim's cars. Oh, he snuck up on me, didn't he? You've really got to be careful in these places, and careful with your ammo, because they can probably creep up on you. And if you get too thoughtful with these shots as well. Sometimes I think it's better just not to think and just to fire. Yeah, so these aren't the best places. I mean, you could go into that building there and fortify that quite easily and make it your home. But as for Jim's cars and the pine gas, we may find I'm getting hit all of a sudden. We may find some water bottles. Water, maybe some cans of food and stuff in there, but we're not necessarily looking for that right now. There's too many of them. I'm all up for a fight, but I'm not going to take 4 zombies out this early in the game. Not from melee anyway. Are you kidding me? This Wrigley guy's doing my head in. Headshot for you. This is the thing, I'm so bad at aiming. I may as well take him out as well, then, eh? Big guy's getting back up. How many arrows can you take? That's got to be you. Got to look around as well, because there's more than 5 zombies in this world. Okay. Again, I'll just pick up everything, just for the time being, because it's we can throw away or scrap what we don't want. There's a little task there. The tasks are quite fun. In that little bit of scrappy yellow paper. Right, so I think we've got a decision now. It's 11:15 in the morning. Excuse me. So what do we want to do? Do we want to go into the pie and gas and Jim's cars and raid it, or do we want to just keep going? I think we keep going. I don't think there's much point in us going into those shops just yet. I mean, I know they've just updated the game, so they might have introduced better stuff in those locations, but I'm not sure. So we'll just leave it for the time being. Ideally, we're probably going to be camping out tonight in the back of a shop of some kind. I hate crawlers. You can get lost. I'm not going to waste any more arrows on him. I mean, I've got 163, so I'm not short. But there's no point. There's no point in killing a zombie at this stage. I'll start breaking this stuff down as well. Scrap them. So I've only got 1 inventory space. I might start hitting on this rock. But you can already see I'm doing 20 damage now with my my axe, rather over the you know, the 2 or 3 damage that I was doing previously. So, you know, spending a bit of time upgrading your tool sets is definitely worthwhile. There's a feather. I'll just quickly do a loop around this area here, just in case there's some birds' nests where we can collect. And I just got a skill point. I don't know if you guys heard that. Da-da! Skill point for me. Get rid of the oil. I don't particularly... Where did that go? 5 oil. I'll just keep it. Seems to be getting picked up quite a lot. Let's have a quick look over here. There's a deer. No point in hunting them down as well. I've got, you know, with the meat that I've eaten and the meat that we've got back at the base camp, and the stuff that I'm carrying, we should be okay for the next couple of days anyway. So we'll just again keep heading this direction. I might take a quick detour just to see over this hill, just to see if there's anything worth going for, because honestly you never know what's going to spawn in on this map, on these random gen maps. Okay, we'll keep going down the road. What I'll do is I'll keep an eye out for the little side tracks, and we'll take the next side track wherever that may take us, because this is ripe territory for a forge house. And as you can see, we're overheating, so we're going to get naked as much as possible anyway. Keep our shoes on, and that should decrease our temperature, because as you can see, the bottom left it's 101. Right, okay, so here's a side road, bypasses that zombie as well. So we'll head on down here. We'll see what's down here. Just going to check my map where we are. So it's somewhere we haven't been. It's on the other side of the water, which is cool. It looks like it's going into the green area, which is nice as well, because we don't really want to be going into any of the crappy areas right now. So we'll keep going. Generally, they lead somewhere. A little look at that little pile of water. Weird. I'm full, aren't I? What's this? Murky water. Okay. So I'll keep going. These tyres that you're seeing on the road here, if you were to hit them, you'd have a chance to pull up some mini bike wheels. But I'm not going to bother right now because I don't actually need any. And we can do that once we've discovered the mini bike book. It's relatively easy to pick up the parts to build a mini bike. If I can hit that. Right. So we've got a cross junction. I'll quickly whiz up here, find out what's up here. But we will be coming back to that main one and going along the side of the water. Midday, just past mid. So again, this hasn't taken us to anywhere. There seems to be a bit of water down there. Generally, these paths should take you somewhere, but this one evidently didn't. Perhaps that might be a spawn point or something there. So we'll take a bit of a shortcut. How much stone have I got? 50 stone. We're going to have to start gathering a bit of stone as well, so that we've got something to do tonight in the dark hours. Now that lake, I'm not having this again. That lake is massive. If you didn't watch my last playthrough, you'll have heard me whinge about lakes a lot. My last map had 3 massive lakes that pretty much... Oh, you can crouch and getting undetected. Bonus damage. Yeah, so my last map had 3 massive lakes that pretty much split the map up, which I had to end up building bridges over, because otherwise I'd be going miles and miles out my way to get from one side of the lake to the other. So this is probably going to have to be one of our projects at some point, to build a bridge across here. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, and also for those who haven't kind of realised as well, I did film episode 1 and episode 2 back to back. Oh, chicken. Chicken. Yes, get the chicken. Oh, will I be able? Have I got space? Get rid of that head. I knew there was a zombie coming across. Just making sure I've got the space for the meat that's going to come from the chicken. You want to die? You want to die? You could have just left me alone, you know. I wasn't going to do anything to you. Oh, nice. Alright, so what we're going to get rid of here. You can see that the inventory space does fill up. Don't really need goldenrod. Don't need the oil. The reason I'm dropping all that stuff is because I want to gut the chicken, and I don't really want to waste any meat. Because you'll get some fresh meat and feathers from the chicken. There you go. So, you know, already you can see that that fresh meat's going to really do us a solid one for keeping us, I suppose, healthy. Get this zombie too. Oh, sometimes I think I wait a little bit too long, but then the perfect moment comes and you get a good headshot. Take this guy down as well. Ah, he moved. There's too many zombies here for my liking right now. Again, this isn't a forge house, so I'm not going to bother going in this for the time being. It's just a standard house. And it, you know, you would find some. You know, if I raided the cupboards, I'd probably find a little bit of food and maybe some water. But like you can see, I'm not really that desperate for that right now, and we can go back for that at some point if we need to start building a stockpile. So we'll just follow the paths, because generally the paths will take us past houses. And then once we find that elusive house that we're looking for, there's another one. It's just another one of those sheds we lived in last night. So again, I didn't actually notice that cut off there, to be honest. I probably should have gone up there to see what was up there. We can. I think at some point we're gonna have to double back anyway. So. Oh damn it! She heard me. He heard me. Hey. Sometimes I think it's not worth going for the headshot. Because if you miss, it's a bit of a wasted arrow. Oh, what? What? I hate these wriggly ones. I've been clobbered quite a few times. Alright, let's just have a quick look. Wooden feather. What have you got for me? Meat and paper. I'm not going to bother with any of that. Okay, so let's just keep going. There's a deer. Get stuck on the rock and I'll do you over. Nope. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep going. Okay, so yeah, I suppose that the one thing I haven't actually talked about is the actual game settings. So again, I generally leave all the game settings exactly the same, all standard settings. However, this time I have made it a private invite online game. So one of the YouTubers that I watch a lot when he streams, and we chat every now and then, is a guy called Zachariah Flaves. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do, because it's, you know, it's a small channel like mine, and it's a very good channel though. He streams lots of good zombie games, so it's a lot of fun. So do go and support him. But he runs a series called The Kingdom, which basically allows him to invite his friends into it, and he streams that. So I was thinking about possibly doing the same on this one. So again, if you're interested in joining me, let me know, because what I think I'll do is I might do some live streaming of this game. So I'll have my regular uploads, maybe say Monday to Thursday, have a live stream on a Friday night, and then maybe film something on the Saturday at the live stream, and then have Sunday off or something along those lines. But you know, if you're interested in joining me on a live stream and playing, feel free just to message me. My gamer tag is FatWap1980, so you know, do add me, send me a message or whatever, and we can sort something out along those lines. That's if you're interested. But so it is a PS4. I think I say it every time anyway at the start, but it's we are playing on the PS4, so just be aware of that, I suppose. I'm kind of wandering at the moment, just wandering around. I really need to get back on target, because I've just wandered into the middle of nowhere, off the path, so I'm not going to find anything of use. So we'll pick a direction and head in it. I think we're probably a little bit too far away from our... Yeah, we are. Look, that's where we spent the night. So we know we've got food there anyway, so we can go back at some point. But we're going to have to find a new place to stay. So it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I suppose the rest of today, I'm just going to have to find a place to stay and fortify that for the night. Unfortunately, I don't have my there's some coal. Unfortunately, I don't have my I don't think I've got it. No, I was going to say my what are they called? Boiling pots. So I won't be able to boil up the meat that I've got or anything. So that'll probably just have to get charred in the campfire, and the water that I've got, I won't be able to do that. But yeah, it's not so bad really. Just need to find a building we can quite safely fortify. But you saw last night we slept in a shed and we were quite safe. So I'm not too worried by that. I just wish we'd find a decent house. Oh man, let's have a look. Let's just have another look at the map, because I did miss a turn off here, but that's maybe a little bit far to go back. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just head in the direction I'm looking. There's another is that the same lake? Oh man, there's another massive lake here. Right, we'll make it to the top of this hill over here. We'll have a look over the brow of the hill, see what's there. If there's a city, we'll wander down. We'll break into a cracker brick and just stay in the back of there for the night. I've got 60 stone, so it's not really ideal. So we're going to try and get some more stone on the way. That's if I can find the city. Look at the size of that lake; it's ridiculous. Oh ho ho! Here we go. Okay, that'll do. This is exactly what I've been looking for. This is a forge house, so there's going to be a few zombies here because it's a very good asset. But we'll take these zombies down. Did they both die? There should be a few more. There generally is. Yeah, there's one on the balcony. Take these two zombies down. Oh, I don't even know why I tried for a headshot, you know what? The one zombie makes a hell of a noise, doesn't she? Okay, you can die. You need to be a bit more like Legolas and load your arrow a little bit quicker, please. Oh, did he not die? One more shot. There you go. Okay, let's do a quick loop. So this is one of my favourite buildings in the game. There's another building across there. Once you find one building, they all seem to spawn up. So it's a forge building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take down the front door, rebuild the front door and show you guys around. This is where we're going to be spending probably the next 4, 5, 14 days, something like that. And you'll see why. Just checking out before I go in. Take that out so it doesn't keep making noise when you walk in. And that's why here, because there is a forge. So straight away what we're going to do is we're going to start smelting. So what this will do, this will allow us to make forged materials, which will then be able to allow us to make forged tool sets like picks and axes and whatnot. So this is quite a good thing to have early on in the game. So while that's doing that, what I'll do is I'll quickly make a front door. Front door. Make a space for it. Block up the front door. And then what we'll do is we'll reinforce these. Just one reinforcement should do for the time being, I think. And then this area down here. Is there enough of a window to reinforce down here? Excellent. So this is perfect. I mean, this is what ideally I look for every single time I start a game. I generally make the same setup, which can become a little bit boring, and that's why I said in yesterday's episode that my plan is to you know, once I'm settled in and I've got the resources going, I'm not going to use any more prefab stuff. But as you can see, you know, it's a great building. So tonight what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably spend a little bit of time reinforcing the windows, blocking out the light and stuff like that, laying down a bedroll, and just making this home, putting down boxes and whatnot. But what I'm going to do now is just for the rest of the episode, I'll reinforce this door as much as I can. I'll go and start hacking down some stone. I won't keep you guys here for that because that's going to be quite boring. What I'll do though, make a chest. Put the chest up here like I always do. I'll just start putting some of the basic inventory in here that I don't really want. I know there's a zombie coming through the door, isn't there? Get out of my house! Get out of my house, you dirty zombie. Gonna have to get rid of all this. There you go. Okay. So yeah. So let's go back to here. That can go. 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 I'll keep all that. That can go. That can go. That can go. My goodness. You find a house and they all want in. Hello. I don't want any. I don't. Whatever you're selling, I don't want. You can just die. I'll take your fresh water though. Okay, so I think I'm probably going to end it here. For the rest of my time today, I'm just going to go across there, hit on that rock, just to get a little bit more stone, and then once I feel like I've got enough, or it's getting a bit late, I will go in. I'll just do the old tool building, and I'll bring you back tomorrow. It's probably not going to be tomorrow, because I think if I release this Thursday, no, if I release yesterday's Thursday, release this Friday, then I'm not going to be able to do anything over the weekend. So I'll probably bring you back Monday for the next episode, depending on how things go personally. So I'll bring you back within a couple of days anyway, because I'm going to get back in the routine of uploading on a regular basis. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. It's much appreciated. You know, please do leave a comment. I read them all and try and reply to them all. If you do fancy like a live stream on a Friday, not this Friday but next Friday, jumping into the world here and having fun with me, let me know. Send me an invite on the PSN network and we'll chat and figure that out. Otherwise, thank you very much again, and I will speak to you all very soon. Okay, take care. Bye now.